Good morning. Welcome to Stitched Up Weekly. You've just seen me make a cup of coffee. That is about all I've done this morning. I am off work today. I've taken the day off because I feel rubbish. If you watched my vlog yesterday, although by the time you're watching this, it will have been last week's Sunday catch-up, you will have heard that I have not been very well, and I think I mentioned that, when I was on holiday in Cornwall a couple of weeks ago, I really wasn't very well. I got COVID, spent the entire week feeling rubbish. Well, not the entire week, but part of it feeling really rubbish. Very congested, etc., etc. And then been home 2 weeks, been back at work, and on Saturday I woke up with a sore throat again. Congested again, still made it to the goth night, but not my normal self, and felt rubbish yesterday. I was actually at work yesterday morning doing a locum shift, and I got through 3 hours. I don't know how I managed that, to be honest, and had to come home because I felt awful, and picked up a bit over the rest of yesterday, and then didn't have a good night last night. Was coughing and spluttering all night. This is a great way to start a weekly vlog, isn't it? Where's your positivity, Rachel? Positive pants on. It's a new week. Anyway, I think I've got a bit of bronchitis. It's definitely viral, but I feel... So it is about 11:15 in the morning, and all I've done so far is I've managed to shower. I've just finished drying off my hair a little bit. I can't be bothered to do anything with it. Made a coffee, made a couple of coffees, and then I've had a doze on the sofa. And I'm having one of those moments, when you're poorly and you have those moments of feeling, don't know what that was, having one of those moments of feeling a little bit more like you've got a bit of life left in you. So I'm having one of those moments at the minute. So I thought I'd just come on and say hello and introduce this week's vlog. And for those of you that have not watched any of these vlogs before, I used to do them a couple of years ago. I think I did them for an entire year. So if you go back through my endless catalogue of vlogs on my channel, you'll probably find them. And they just basically follow me for the week, really, and see what we go up to. There will be crafty bits in here, sewing bits, maybe a bit of baking even. I'm thinking about doing a bit of baking. I do like to bake. I don't cook, but Martin, my husband, does. He does the cooking because he likes experimenting with food and making weird and wonderful things. And I can't be bothered. I'd live on beans on toast, to be honest, if it was just me. But it's not, fortunately. I have a husband who loves to cook. And so he does the cooking, I do the baking. And I haven't baked in ages, but I'm feeling a little bit like I might do some of that this week if I feel a bit better. So I will also be filming a little bit of just life stuff as well, if that takes your fancy. If you're not interested, then obviously you don't have to watch. You can just tune in for the sewing vlogs, of which there still will be many of those on this channel. This week, I do need to get my Frocktails dress made. I am hoping that I'm going to be able to at least get that traced out maybe today. I need to walk Piper, but the weather has been a bit grim this morning. Autumn has definitely arrived in the UK. Having said that, we didn't really have summer, but autumn is definitely here, and the weather is awful, although you might just be able to hear next door is cutting their grass, even though it's been raining. Which is a bit strange, but anyway. So I am going to make myself another coffee now because I'm feeling a bit parched. I need lots of coffees in the morning to make me function. And I think I am going to make some chicken broth for my lunch because I'm one of those very unfortunate people, and I mean this in the best possible way, that when I'm ill, it doesn't put me off eating. If it did, then I probably would never have had a weight problem. But no, unfortunately for me, never puts me off eating. Well, I have to be practically at death's door not to want to eat. And I am feeling quite hungry actually. So we had chicken dinner last night for tea, and we've got some chicken left over in the fridge. So I think I'm going to make like a chicken broth type soup with some onions and carrots, some stock, a few herbs and things, and some of the chicken, leftover chicken in that. I think that'll be quite nice and healthy, and hopefully will boost my immune system a little bit. That would be good. Right, I'm going to stop filming because I've just filmed 5 minutes and we're only on Monday. And this is going to be a long vlog and a lot to edit. Soup's on in the background. I'm wearing today a ready-to-wear jumper because it's cold, so I've just got a ready-to-wear jumper on and some knit pants. You can't really see them. These are the Pattern Emporium ones. I think it's the Walk Boldly, where no sewist has gone before. That's a really bad joke, that, but anyway. Yes, I'm wearing those. I made them earlier this year actually, but they are very, very big on me now. They do still sort of hang off my waist, so that's okay, but they're more like a skirt than wide leg pants, but very comfy, so nice enough for mooching around at home. Yeah, I need to sort out my destash as well. Everything that I listed yesterday has sold, I think. I think there's one piece of fabric that hasn't, and I sold 2 pieces of fabric from what was still up there from before, so that's a plus. And then I do need to do a big sort out in the sewing room. It needs a really good tidy, but I haven't got the energy or strength to do that today, so I'm going to have some of this chicken soupy stuff. You probably just noticed actually that I put a stock cube in, so I cheated. I know you're supposed to do it with bones and all that kind of malarkey, but honestly I can't face that right now. So stock cube it is. Right, I'm going to go drag that pattern out while that's simmering away in the background and do a bit of tracing. Right, I look a bit better, I look a bit more human. I am having a sudden burst of energy. I've put some makeup on. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I decided to sort of sort my hair out and put a bit of makeup on. Anyway, I'm here. I have done a thing, and it's the thing that I never ever normally do, and that thing is I've cut the tissue. I know I said I wasn't going to do it and I was going to trace it, but you know what, I wanted to get on with it and I wasn't feeling too great straight after lunch, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to cut the tissue and be done with it. So that's what I've done. I've cut out the size 12. So I've looked at the measurements and I've written these down actually, because the size 12 on the packet says the body measurements of that are a 34 bust, 26.5 waist and a 36 hip, is it? Yeah, 36 hip. That's tiny, isn't it? Well, on the finished measurements, now bearing in mind this is for stretch knits, the finished measurement of the size 12 bust is 33.5, so you've obviously got negative ease there. The waist is 26.5, so it's the same as the body measurements, and the hip of the size 12 is 43.5, so that's where you get the sort of A-line bit. So my body measurements will mean that I will have about 2 inches of negative ease on the bust, an inch of negative ease on the waist, which is fine, And then the hips, I'm going to have about 3 inches of positive ease, which again is going to be fine. So that's what I've gone for. I've just gone for the straight size 12. Now I have cut out all the pattern pieces. So there's only 2, which is brilliant. You have a front pattern piece and a back pattern piece. So I've cut the fabric and I've got my elastic out as well. So you cut the 2 pattern pieces are cut on the single layer. They're not on the fold, obviously, because they are asymmetric. And I'm just looking at them over there actually at the minute. And yeah, they look quite long. I've not added any length to them either because it is quite long. I'm doing this version, as I mentioned earlier, this version here. I am so snotty. The only thing that's concerning me is the back pattern piece is a really strange shape. I mean, the front one's an odd shape, but the back pattern piece is really strange. So you've got like, it's like at a right angle. So the top part of the bodice is sort of at an angle like that, and then the rest of it comes down like that. That's fine, but the fabric is directional. So obviously the top bit that is on an angle like that, and then you've got this big sort of cutout area where the back waist is there. So it means that this bit, the print is going to be on the diagonal. But you know what? I've just gone with it because at this stage, I don't have time or patience or any inclination to be rooting through my stash, finding an alternative fabric that I've got enough of, because you can't fit the 2 pieces side by side. Well, you probably, well, actually you sort of can if you have them butted against each other, but because it's a directional print, I can't do that. So it's done anyway. I've cut it out. So I needed to lie down after that. So I've had a lie down. I've been watching some vlogs, and yeah, I feel a little bit better now. So apart from being bunged up, I'm going to go get my nasal spray thing to unclog the nostrils. And then I am going to parcel up my Destash fabrics because I want to get those processed to go tomorrow. And I think what I'm going to do then is I am going to just sort out some more to destash from my cubby holes. I think I'm going to do that. I'll just rearrange some of them so that I can put some of this lot that I didn't show in my vlog yesterday. This lot there. Yeah, that's all the new fabrics that I've been getting over the last few months. And it is a few months. It's over the summer, to be honest. That's all my summer fabrics. And to be fair, there's some out of the bedroom upstairs as well. Because we have redecorated what was the old sewing room upstairs is now Layla's bedroom. Well, it's not just her bedroom, it is a bit of a storage room as well. And I did have a few fabrics still stashed under the bed in those vacuum sealable packs that I've taken out, and destashed a lot of them, but some I've kept, which are amongst this lot here. So I need to find space for them. So I'm going to have to go through this again. But before I do that, I am going to parcel up. But would you like to see the bedroom? I'll take you up. So here it is. This is the smallest bedroom, which is now the spare room. And we've painted the walls in like a very sort of pale ballet pink. It's a Valspar colour. And I wanted something that was very, very pale. And I like this. I think it's really nice. So we've got just left the shelves up in the corner there. If you remember, if you have been with me, I'm sorry, I'm really out of breath from coming upstairs. But if you've been with me for a long time, you will remember that I had Calyx units all along here, full of fabric, right up to the ceiling. And obviously all that lot has gone now. Layla's little travel cot is here with a few cuddlies in. And then we've got, I mean, I've still got a few bits stored at the bottom of the bed. There is some of her toys there as well. But we've got books, her books, and a few bits and pieces on the shelves there. The light shade, which I just absolutely love, and the curtains are from Dunelm. The little name plaque is from Jojo Maman Baby. The bedding is from Kath Kidston. Wallpaper is from I Love Wallpaper, which is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's just gorgeous.
It's just floral. It was very easy to hang, and yeah, that's about it. And then I've got this little bookshelf thing, look, which is just so cute. We've put a new radiator in. Well, I'm saying we, as in the royal we, as in our plumber, has put a new radiator in. And yeah, we've got this little bookshelf which has got all of her little books on, which she can rearrange in time when she's out of the travel cot and goes into the bed. Then the little bookshelf can go across here and be fixed to the wall. But yeah, so in here I still have lots of fabric. So there's loads of fabric at the top there. All that needs to be worked through because I haven't worked through it yet. There's lots of coating fabrics in there, some of which I will probably destash, but obviously they're going to be quite heavy as in postage wise to send, but we'll see anyway. And then in here there is a bit of all sorts. So there's some fabrics, there's some of Layla's clothes, there's some fabrics there. Again, it does need a proper sort because Martin's stuff, his tanks, which are here, will need to sort of be stored probably up there, I think, in time. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's a massive improvement, and we have a usable bedroom again, which is just really nice. Good morning. It's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday today. I didn't film anything yesterday because, honestly, I was just so poorly and it took me till 10 o'clock to even feel remotely human. So, yeah, I didn't pick up the camera. I didn't even brush my hair yesterday. You can hear Mr. Stitched Up upstairs. Martin's upstairs. He's just getting ready to take Piper out for a walk. He's off work today. Day off. And I am feeling, well, it's just really, this thing, whatever it is still really, really lingering. But I have managed to have a wash today and put some makeup on and get dressed, which is a bonus. So hopefully things are getting better. You might just notice in the background the dress is almost made. I did manage to, well, once, as I say, yesterday, it took me till about 10 o'clock to come round and just frame myself, really. And then I did set about sewing the dress together, and I think it took me about 2 hours altogether. It was really, honestly, it's really quick. It looks really complicated, but it's not. It's a really quick, easy make. It literally is gathering the shoulders, sewing the shoulders together, and then you sew one side seam. You then attach elastic around the neckline and turn it over and stitch it down. And then you sew up the other side seam, put bias tape around the armhole, and then the big cutout around the side and the back, you create a casing for, stick your elastic in that, and then hem it. I haven't hemmed it yet because it's floor length currently, and I've not added any length to it. So I need to just take it up, and I need to think about, that's Piper. It's going out. That's what dogs do when they're excited. So I need to decide where I want it to finish, because this fabric, I think I remember saying that it doesn't have a lot of stretch. I have tried it on, it fits beautifully. So I'm really pleased I went with the size that I did. But because it doesn't have a lot of stretch, it's quite a straight skirt. And I walk like, well, like a penguin, shall we say. So I might have to actually undo the side seams and put some slits in, because I don't want it knee length, I do want it long. So I need to just try it on again, but obviously I couldn't do that yesterday. It wiped me out sewing that up as far as I got, so I just left it hung on my mannequin. But I will show you so you can have a look. So here it is. I mean, as I say, it looks amazing for how simple it is, really, because you've got all this gorgeous sort of gathering detail across the shoulder, and then it comes into this sort of ruched effect that happens just literally from putting elastic around there, and then at the back it looks like that, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Right, that's him gone. I today am planning to do a bit of destash. I think I'm going to sort it out, and that's because I'm inspired by watching Ruan's latest vlog, because she's just put one up this morning of her third part of her destash. So I have been completely inspired by her. I can't believe how much she has whittled her stash down. It's incredible. And this room is completely cluttered, and overwhelmingly so at the minute. But I think a lot of that is because of moving it all out of the bedroom upstairs, which I showed you earlier, and obviously now that means I've got a bedroom back, but obviously a lot of it's still cluttered down here. So I need to sort this out, because it is not a place where I feel inspired and wanting to sew. Well, it's difficult to sew. I did drag out a couple of patterns the other day that I want to sew up, because I'm really into wearing tops and jeans now this time of year with the weather as it is. And I think I talked about that before in my Sojo vlog, actually. And I am really lacking in tops. Now, I do have a couple of Jackson tees cut out, because I mentioned in that vlog, I think, that I wanted to make some more t-shirts. And they still need to be sewn up, so they are cut out. But at the minute, I'm just overwhelmed in here because of the amount of clutter. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Ugh. I'm back. Okay, so I pulled out a couple, or 2-3 patterns that I want to make nice tops out of, and was trying to sort of pull out some fabrics from my stash to make said tops out of. I'll show you those in a little while. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to film it as a separate vlog to put up separately doing the destash, and we'll start working through some of these little cubby holes again to decide what I'm going to destash. Everything that I sold, that I packaged up, that was probably the last thing you saw actually on Monday, has now gone. That all went yesterday. So I think everything that I put up sold apart from one fabric, which is really good. But some of the stuff that was already up on my Destash account from previously sold. So I still sold everything, if that makes sense, which is great. So I'm going to have a look at that and get that filmed as well. And I've also got my Pomona pants. They're just on the end of this thing. It's an ironing board, isn't it? Because I need to film that vlog as well. So I ironed those yesterday because they've been washed ages actually, and I'm going to film those as well. But we're going to, gosh, this light is really bright this morning. It's lovely to have a bit of sunshine. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to just mention, Martin will be showing his face on here. He's not feeling too good either. I think he's got what I've got, or yeah, the man version anyway, which is always 10 times worse, isn't it? Anyway, he shaved his beard off the other day, much to my dismay. We were just about to go off to the goth night. Well, not just about, but he'd gone upstairs to sort of get ready halfway through the day and then came downstairs with it all gone. And I was mortified. Now, Martin's only had a beard the last few years. Before that, he was clean shaven throughout our lives together. And I did not like it when he grew a beard at all, but I've got used to it. But I've got so used to him having it now, and I actually really like it. And he looks so young without a beard and just really strange. So anyway, he had to cut it off. So I'm just pre-warning you. Well, he didn't cut it off, obviously he shaved it off. But I'm just pre-warning you before you see him. It's growing back. But yeah, his skin was really irritated and dry. So he said he needed to just get rid of it and give his skin a bit of a rest. So, and a moisturise and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, but it is sort of growing back now, thankfully. Right, I am going to make a start on the Destash and we'll see how we get on with that. We have a Martin in the corner.
Hello.
Hairless Martin. I told them all that you had shaved your beard off.
I had a shaving accident, I was trimming it and the guard fell off and I just had a line, so
Yeah.
we're having trouble for it.
He is, very much so. Right, so Martin, my gorgeous husband, is currently making us bacon sandwiches for brunch because time is getting on and it's, yeah, food time basically. So we're having bacon butties with Emmental and tomato chilli jam on, which is just delicious.
Homemade tomato chilli jam.
And I've been down in the orchard, so that sounds really posh, doesn't it?
Sounds really posh,
It
that,
does,
doesn't it? I've been down in the orchard.
Yes, we do have an orchard.
We
Can you
do.
believe that? At the bottom of our garden, which is amazing. Quite difficult to get into at the moment because of weeds, but yeah, anyway, we've been down in the orchard.
Can I shut this drawer?
Harvested some apples.
Is it alright to put this on?
Yes, harvested some apples from our Bramley apple tree. I know, that sounds really posh, doesn't it? You know, we live in the countryside in Yorkshire and I've got an orchard in my garden with apple trees in. Anyway, yes, so I've got some apples and I want to make some
Cake!
apart from cake, I want to make some apple sauce that I can freeze for Christmas. And also my favourite apple cake recipe, which is this one, which is Somerset Apple Cake by Tamazin Day Lewis. We've had this book for years, to be honest. It's a really nice recipe, but we need some cider for it. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if I'm going to be up to doing that today, but Martin's going to nip and do some shopping later when Isaac finishes work. He picks him up and we can get the other ingredients that we need to make that. So that's the plan. Right, I'm beat. I have been tidying up the sewing room and it's taken a lot out of me. I've just had to have a lie down on the sofa for the last half hour. Martin's just gone off to get Isaac from work and do a small food shop. I was going to go with him, but I'm just not up to it. So he's doing that for me, which is great. Postman's just been, and I'm so cross. Oh, I've just got some Pigeon Wishes buttons and I've bought the wrong size and I'm really cross with myself because this is the second time that I've done this and it's the same set of buttons. So these are the ones that I've bought. They're the Grimoire ones, but these are the coat size buttons, and I'm not going to use them because they're just too big. But I thought I'd got the 15mm ones and I hadn't. And the thing that's annoying is this is the second time I've done this, because I've bought these ones literally a couple of weeks ago in this size. And I've done it again. I'm really cross. just why? Anyway. I'm doing some knitting I thought you might want to see. I am making a cardigan for Layla. It's this one, which is the Ada top-down cardigan by Oj Designs. That's it there. I think it's super pretty. It's an edge-to-edge cardigan, so it's got no buttons and buttonholes. I'm using Stylecraft Grace, which is this, which is an acrylic mohair wool mix, and this is how it's coming out so far. It's looking really nice. So I've just got another, I'm doing a 12 to 18 month size, which is the biggest size this pattern comes in, I think. Is it? Yeah. And I've got to do 8 inches from the underarm seam to the hem, and I'm at 6 inches. So I've just got another couple of inches to go. So I'm hoping another pattern repeat of the edge bit, and then it'll be done. I appear to have 2 little holes in, and they aren't actual holes because I haven't dropped a stitch. So I think it's just like, you know, where your tension's gone a bit wrong. I don't know what I've done. I was watching TV while I was knitting that, so I'm going to have to try and stitch that together from the wrong side, if that makes sense, to close those, because I've tried manipulating the wool but it's not closing up. So I don't know what I've done. I don't know how that happens, but if anybody's got any ideas, please let me know, because as I say, I just haven't dropped a stitch. You can see there's no drop stitch there. And where's the other one? Yeah, that's one of them. Look, there's no drop stitch, so I don't know what I've done. Anyway, it'll sort, I'm sure. So yeah, that's coming on really nicely. I love knitting when it gets to this time of year, because I don't knit in spring and summer. It's too warm, and I want to be sewing, and I want to be outside doing things, and even in the evenings I want to be out. Whereas this time of year it's getting dark early in the evenings, and I like being cozy in front of the fire, although we haven't got our fire in at the minute. I did put the heating on the other night because it was cold, or maybe I was just cold, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, I'll show you what I've done in the sewing room, because it's a lot better. I still can't fit everything in here that I need to fit, as in the fabric is not all stored away as it needs to be, but I'm at the point where I can't really do much more. I've got a massive pile of fabric on my dining room table in the conservatory that is going to be destashed. It all needs to be photographed and listed, etc. So I'll have to work through that bit by bit, because there must be at least 30-40 fabrics there, I think. And I've been brutal, really brutal. There are some beauties amongst there. Well, yeah, most of them are absolute beauties, to be honest, but I am being brutal. So I ended up with about probably 4 or 5 new cubby holes there, and I now have all the fabrics there were tons of fabrics here. It was really piled high, too deep. They are all in that unit now. So I've just got what's left there, and this pile here on the floor, that pile that I need space to store. My sewing table is clear as well, my cutting table, so that's really good. But I think what I'm going to have to do is just sew up some of my fabrics before I can... sorry about that. I think I'm going to have to sew up my fabrics and create space that way now. I think that's where I am. Some of these fabrics that are to be stored are really quite thick fabrics. You know, I've got a couple of like real sort of teddy and coating fabrics there that are just too bulky. That's the thing, which is why I left those. I thought I'll get the others in there and leave the bulky ones. So yeah, that's where I'm at really. I still need to hem the dress. I'm probably going to try that on later and decide where I want the hem to be while Martin's at home today, because obviously he's home. Then he can help me sort of make a decision where the hem needs to be, and then I can get that hemmed either tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. And the next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to make some little leggings for Layla. So when Bronte was here last week, she left a pair of leggings that still fit Layla, but they are getting a bit short in the leg. So round the waist and the bum and everything, they fit fine. So these are them here. So these are ready to wear ones. They're from Florence and Fred, and they are 6 to 9 months. And she's like 18 months old now. So these fit her, but she just needs an extra inch on the leg. Now, my pattern that I used to make some leggings for Layla is the Lightning Leggings by Waves and Wild, and this is my pattern piece here. It's 6 to 12 months. And when I look at, if I fold this in half, which gives you sort of the leg, and I put it against these leggings, the size is about right, if I'm honest. So I probably just need to still use this pattern, but just add on maybe 1.5 inches to the bottom, I think, and then, or maybe a couple of inches to the bottom, and then I think they'll be all right. So I've got some fabrics. Well, I've got tons of fabrics, as you know, but in my Layla stash, I've been picking out a few fabrics that I can make some leggings out of, because I've got tons of jerseys, and I found this amongst some of the fabrics that I was moving about, shall we say, and I don't know why I have this. It's only 1/2 meter of cotton jersey, but it's in this gorgeous bright pink, and I thought I could make a pair of leggings out of that, because it's a plain and it's pink, isn't it? And then I've got this, which was a lovely jersey from First for Fabrics. This is a cotton jersey. I think I have 1 meter here, maybe 1.5 meters even. So I could make her a t-shirt and some leggings out of that, and I might even get a t-shirt out of that, and then they could mix and match. They'd work, wouldn't they? Those sort of colours, so they would be okay. So I think I'm going to do that next, after the dress, the Frocktails dress. But if I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to get started on any new projects until I get back from Frocktails. I also have my Page hoodie. I really would like to get that done, actually, and sewn up, because it would be nice to wear that to go up to Scotland in. Because let's face it, it's end of September. It's going to be cold up there, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to make myself a coffee, and I think I'm going to sit and do a little bit of knitting while I recover from tidying this place up. But before I do that, I'll show you all the fabrics that I have pulled out to destash. Right, here we go. So there is a massive pile here of all sorts of stuff. Loads of stuff in here. I mean, there's some Lady McElroys in here as well, which are really nice. And I'm going to sell this because this is a quilted coating. Nice for gilets or whatever, but I've got 2 pieces of it. I mean, well, it's not exactly the same, but I've got another piece that's very similar, so I'm keeping the other piece and I'm going to sell that. Yeah, I've got just all sorts in here, look. That is all going to be destashed. Tons of stuff. And I'm looking at some of it thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to destash that. This is beautiful, this stuff. This is Atelier Brunette quilted jacquard. It's just gorgeous, but anyway. Yeah, so I need to photograph all that and steadily list it, but I'm not doing it today because it's just too much. Good morning. It is Thursday and I'm feeling better. Well, not better, but better than I was. So I still am very congested, but in myself I don't feel anywhere near as bad as what I did. I'm not right yet, I'm not 100%, but I'm glad that I'm feeling better, because today, well, later on today is the day that I'll be going up to Newcastle to stay with Lucy, which I'm looking forward to seeing her. And then we're travelling up to Glasgow tomorrow. So I need to get lots done today. I still have to hem my dress because I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday because I just wasn't feeling up to it. But I'm feeling up to it today, so I can do that this morning. And also I need to get packed as well because I haven't packed anything yet. And I'm hoping that I can sew up the page hoodie because it's a quick make, even though I've not made one for about 4 years, 3-4 years now. So it's all cut out. I just need to sew it up, and most of it will be done on my overlocker. So I'd like to get that done so that I can take that with me. And yeah, we'll see what time we've got, because I have to prioritise getting the dress done. It is early, it's only 7:20. I've been up since 5:30, mainly because Isaac's at work for 6, so the whole house is up basically. What can I say? Martin's taken him to work, he's dropped him off at work, so the boys have gone, so it's just me and Piper. So I might as well get on with getting the dress done, hadn't I? I've just put my vlog up, my Destash vlog, that's gone up now. So I've had my shower, I've put some makeup on, I'm feeling more human. I need to take Piper out a bit later for a little wander. I'm not going to say the other W word because he'll go loopy. He's just had his breakfast though, so that needs to settle for a bit. So he's mooching about. I've just washed our bedding as well, so I can get that dry and put back on. Because men sweat, don't they? I know you probably don't want to hear that, but yeah, they're just these real sweaty things, aren't they? That just, yeah, anyway. Bedding needed washing, let's just say that. So I've put the bedding in. I need to go deblock my nose, so I'll see you a bit later. It's done. Hemmed. It's been a bit of a tussle, let me just say that. Trying to get an asymmetric dress that's made of jersey, hemmed level on your own, is a bit of a challenge. I had to use my, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's just there, look. My sort of hem thingy, this thing here. And the problem is, because it sort of moves about because of the big cutout, and it's sort of constantly moving about, it ends up where you don't actually know if it's level or not. So I've used that and tried it on and taken loads of photos from the floor of front, back, sides, etc. And it's probably the best I can do. So I'm happy with the length. I just still think it's probably not completely level, but it's just going to have to do because I haven't got the capacity to be crawling around on the floor anymore to do it. And I've got nobody locally that can help me hem it today. So that's that. Right. I'm glad it's finished. It is about 8 o'clock now, I think. So I am going to change my overlocker threads to these ones, which are rainbow. I love my rainbow threads, and white as well. And I am going to dig out the page hoodie pieces and I'm going to get that sewn up. This is a pattern that I've had it cut out for about 3 years and not sewn it up. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done because I've got a few UFOs languishing. Not many, but probably about another 2 or 3, I think. And I hate it, if I'm honest. I like to finish a project before I move on to the next thing. And it's not very often I do have a UFO. I generally will sew things up and get them done. But I've had the odd thing over the last 2 or 3 years that are still languishing in project bags. And I need to get them done and out of the way. So that's that. Right, I'm going to finish my coffee and then we'll get on with the page hoodie. And we're done. It is 5 to 10 and I've got my page hoodie sewn up. So I've used like a raspberry pink ribbing on the lining of the hood. I bought these little sort of metal aglets, end stoppers. I did get some proper aglets from First Fabrics and I've no idea where I've put them. I've put one of my Cozy Club handmade labels in. That one says lovingly handmade. And on the other side it says, what does it say? You look, can't even read that. There we go. You look pretty nice. Which is nice. And yeah, the drawstring cord, I didn't think I had any, but I did. I've got this pale pink. I think I would have preferred like the deeper pink, but that's what I've got, so I've used it. And I've used a different ribbing for the cuffs. I'm not sure why. I mean, this was all cut out, so I don't know why I've not used the same ribbing for the cuffs. Maybe I didn't have enough and that's what I've done, but anyway, it's done. I will try it on for you in a minute so you can have a look. Right then. Oh, I love it. This is, I'm looking at myself in my camera and this is the first time I've seen it on. So I've done the drawstring version as you've seen because I just love this version. I like that it's cropped and I lengthened the sleeves. I've done the sort of wide balloon sleeves because there's different options with this pattern. And I did the little grommets on my hand press machine, my green hand press machine, which is really heavy duty and I love it. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's gorgeous. Do you know what? When I was sewing this up, I sort of had a bit of a moment where I thought, I don't know whether this is a little bit, I don't know, young, as in the print, as in, not young that I'm too old for it or anything like that, because I don't believe in any of that rubbish. I think, you know, you wear what you want and what makes you feel comfortable and happy. But I thought, while I'm sewing it, I was sort of thinking, this might actually be better for Layla, you know, this fabric, because it's gorgeous. But I really love it. Now that it's done and I can see it on, I think this is going to be my new favourite jumper. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So this is the size 8. And just take my hair clip out now. Let my hair back down. I had to have it tied up when I was sewing. Yeah, this is the size 8. Straight size 8. I did lengthen the bodice by 1 inch as well, which I'm pleased about because it is hitting me sort of mid-waist now, which is nice. But yeah, I really love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I can't believe this has been sat in my UFO pile for so long. It's actually quite cleansing in a way to sort of think I've got another one of my UFO projects done, and now I've got this on. It's so cozy because it's fleece backed. It's incredibly cozy to wear. I'm sort of thinking, why have I waited so long? Why did I just not get this sewn up? Anyway, it's done, which is brilliant. I'm going to get some breakfast. In fact, I think I'm going to leave this on now because I love it so much. I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to make myself some porridge, I think, and then we can take Mr. P out. Right, I'm ready to go. So I've got Isaac, he's home from work. I've made myself a coffee and thrown it down myself, which is just wonderful. And I've got some flowers and some Prosecco for Lucy. Well, me and Lucy. The flowers are for Lucy, the Prosecco is for me and Lucy tonight. And I've got some chocolate for the journey, because we all need it, don't we, on long journeys. And what else have I got in here? Yeah, I've got this thing to plug my phone in. I keep thinking I've forgotten something. I can't think. I've got my dress and my shoes and my toothbrush. Everything else I'll have to manage. Right, see you in Newcastle. Round this corner. Ooh, hi. We're in Glasgow. We've just arrived. We're just going to go find our hotel. So, bye. We'll see you in a bit. So, look who we found. We've got the lovely Emma from So Do It Emma. We're all ready to go out. We're going out for an Italian meal. Yum. And are we going to tell everybody what we're wearing?
Oh yes, yeah, I can do that when I've
I know, exactly.
I'm useless. You're a professional. I'm like pulling my jacket. I'm an amateur.
So I'm wearing the Edie dress, which is a pattern by Seamwork in lovely fabric from First for Fabrics. Mm-hmm. What are you wearing, Tammy?
I'm wearing the Tammy Handmade Gia dress in
Looking gorgeous.
Pigeon Wishes rib knit.
Beautiful.
That I got from Knitting and Stitching Show.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
I'm wearing a Sirocco and can't remember where I got the fabric from because I made it a few years ago.
Beautiful. And Emma?
I'm wearing a very, very old established pattern, the Moneta dress, which is
Oh yeah, God, that was so big, wasn't it? The Moneta. Yeah. It's a lovely pattern though.
But you can't get it anymore unless you've got it in your Teamwork library.
Yeah. So we're going to head out and we'll see you later. Yeah. Sounded like Tamlin then. And we're off to So Confident. We've had a lovely brunch this morning, haven't we?
We have.
Just
in our hotel room.
Yeah,
our house, apartment.
Yeah. So we're going to go to So Confident and buy up everything probably.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're going to be really good.
We have a plan.
Because we've heard that Bex has already been, so there won't be anything left. She's bought everything. Emma's just over there. So we'll see you there. We're ready for Frocktails and yeah, I'm wearing the dress and I'm really happy with it. It's lovely. So we're just waiting for the rest of our little gang to turn up. Tamlin's here ready. And we've got the lovely Lucy looking gorgeous.
Ready.
You're not?
This
no.
is a miracle.
So I'm hoping I will get some footage tonight. No promises, because once we get dancing, it's anybody's guess whether I'll do it. But anyway, we're looking forward to a really great night. Before we go to Frocktails, I just wanted to tell you this. We've had the best surprise today because somebody turned up.
I feel like a special guest.
I know! We just got to So Confident and we went into the cafe and yes, this person walked in and I looked like, oh my God, that looks just like Ruan. And it was Ruan. I know, it really did, but it was just the best surprise, wasn't it? Yeah, we're all together. We are. So it's the best weekend. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. home. It's been very tiring. We've had a really good weekend. It's been wonderful. Really lovely to see lots of people at Frocktails last night. Lovely sewing friends who I've met before and new people as well. It was just great. Really tiring though. These kind of weekends are always so busy, but yeah, we had a really, really good time. Now, we also had the opportunity to go to So Confident on Saturday morning as well. And just before we went into So Confident, we saw that Katie from Whatever Katie Sews, Adele from Sew for Serenity, Bex from What Bex Sews, and Angela from Devon Threadtails were all in the cafe that was just sort of down the corridor. So we went in there first to catch up with them, which was really lovely. And then who should walk in but Ruan? And it was just the most incredible moment, if I'm honest, because obviously we weren't expecting Ruan to come, and she had kept it a surprise. She'd made a decision late last week that she was going to actually come up and surprised us. So that was just incredible, absolutely incredible, and a very emotional moment, shall we say. But anyway, so we ended up where it was, the three of us together for Frocktails, which was just lovely. So we had a really good time last night. It was a different venue to last year, but went so well. Really, really well organised. I think everybody had a wonderful time. And I thought I would just quickly show you what I got from So Confident and the little goodie bag. And then I'm going to sign off. I'm wearing my Page hoodie that I finished a couple of days ago as well, because it's got really cold. So Confident first. I did buy one fabric, just the one, and I bought it with a purpose. So I haven't bought fabric thinking, oh, I love that, I'll buy it and I'll make something with it at some point, because I'm trying to get out of that. And I've just listed a load of fabrics this evening from my Destash vlog that I did the other day as well. I didn't want to get those up before I went away because I didn't want to have to keep track of it and messaging people and all that kind of stuff whilst I was away. But now I'm back, I've listed it. And yes, I'm trying moving forward. I'm still snotty, as you can probably tell, but I'm going back to work tomorrow. So in myself, I'm feeling much better. But I want to, moving forward, just buy fabrics if I have a plan for them. And there is a jacket that I want to make that is a fibre mood pattern. I will put a picture of it up here because I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now. And I had this idea of making it in like a metallic brocade type fabric to be a bit of a dressy bomber jacket type thing. And I saw this in So Confident and I thought it would just be perfect. So this is it here. Now, obviously it's nighttime, it's dark outside, the lighting's not great, but it's like a sort of lilac-y blush pink in background. If I hold that back, you can see it. And then closer up, you've got these beautiful black flowers with gold sparkle detail around. It's absolutely stunning. And one of the So Confident ladies made her Frocktails dress out of this as well, and she looked amazing. So yeah, so that's the fabric that I've got. I've got 2 meters of it. I do need a lining as well, but I'm going to see what I've got in my stash. I might have something in my stash that I can use for a lining. So yeah, really, really happy to get that. So that's what I got from So Confident. And then the goodie bag from Frocktails came like this, and I haven't even had a proper look inside it yet to see what we've got. But we have, we have a discount code for Just So Penrith for 20% off, which is lovely. Oh, this is cute. We have a little sewing ideas book that it's just a little plain page notebook, but it's got Scottish Frocktails 24 inside. That's really lovely. So we've got that. We have a discount code for Jen Hogg from Generates. We also have, what's this one? So this is a discount code for Flojo Fabrics. We also have a little gorgeous little label from So Confident themselves and a discount code on the back. And a discount code 15% off for Sew Me Sunshine. Wow. Then there is one for Ginger Twist Studio as well, which is wonderful. I've not heard of them actually. I'll go and have a look. A 20% discount for any pattern or workshop from Tilling the Buttons. We have a discount code for Edinburgh Fabrics. We have 15% off patterns from Sew Over It. We have some washi tape. What else have we got here? Isoso Studios 5% discount code off her retreats. There is also a 20% discount code to get any of her patterns at Isoso. There's just tons, absolutely tons. It's incredible, really. There is a 15% off code for Born Textiles. This is a free month of Stash Hub Plus if you are new to Stash Hub. Oh, look at this. We have a Scottish Frocktails bias binding from Laura at the Specky Seamstress. That's incredible. Absolutely amazing. We have some labels from Little Rosy Cheeks. Gorgeous Victoria was there in an absolutely stunning dress, let me just add. Another washi tape. And finally, very Scottish, Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Bar. I'm going to eat that now. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this week's Stitched Up Weekly. It's been topsy-turvy week, really, what with illness and getting my Frocktails dress done. But I loved wearing it last night. It was just, yeah, I felt really, really good in it. So it was a really good night. But I am going to go and get an early night because I am super tired and back at work tomorrow. But I will hopefully be back next week. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.